if you close your eyes and you just listen to this,
Mm-hmm.
you're not watching a videotape. You have no context, no nothing.
Right.
This is probably scary as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the
Oh my gosh.
911 operator, if it was her first day, or what if it was just a cop hearing it, walking by, he hear this.
There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my. I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the ramble. I don't know.
All right, so now getting to what
Yeah. What you got going on?
the shows is.
I know you guys a lot of some stuff on your mind.
Yeah, I don't have any gears to grind. I don't even think this stuff should even be regulated to a gimmick. Like, there's some serious stuff going on right now, and it's kind of inevitable. And that's the thing that we're always trying to say. Well, I'm always trying to say to people, and now we as a show are always saying to people. And this term is not. We didn't make this up.
Yeah.
Today they're coming for them. Tomorrow they're going to be coming for you. So everybody understand. Just because you're seeing something happen on TV right now and it ain't you or someone that looks like you, don't sleep. Don't think, oh, all good, because tomorrow, cool. Last week it was the Latinos, the way. Well, not for nothing. Blacks, we always got it. We're always on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're never off.
we're never off. But even when it feels like, okay, the light is on something else because they might need a little bit of cooperation. Nah. And when I'm saying they, I am not talking about white people in general. Like, I'm not talking about the man. I am talking about the people who are using those forces to cause dissension. And it could be anybody. It could be your father. Not your father, but that person's father. Yeah, your father. Your father and your mother. It could be one of those. It could be your priest. It could be your teacher. It could be a cop. It could be the president.
Right.
And over the course of the show, we've kind of shown examples, and we've asked the question, like, what's going on? What are you guys up to? And I think this is what people were up to. They're up to this just chaos, this war of difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're past where we can intelligently talk to one another, and I think that's even bleeding into people's households. I would be shocked if they didn't do a poll. If they did a poll right now and it didn't show that even couples are just arguing and not resolving shit. You know what I'm saying? We've been groomed to just pick your side, polarize everything,
Right.
and go. The problem is that when you do that, there's always going to be victims in the system. And right now, we're being polarized on every grounds to the point where everybody, I think, is on their defense. So anyway, just to set that aside a little bit, I'm sure you saw the story, or you heard the story about the guy that was in the park
Yeah.
in Central Park, and he encountered the lady with the dog, and he asked her to leash the dog.
Yeah.
And from there on, the story is she said she felt threatened, and there's a videotape. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to play it.
Yes.
And its entirety. And it's one of those things where...
It's very disturbing.
Yeah, it's weird. And a little bit of commentary on Twitter. Some people were saying that they've actually seen this lady with her dog before. And you know what? I'm not even going to knock right now. I'm not going to knock the lady and what she was doing as far as walking her dog with no leash. I'm not going to say, oh, she's entitled, she's this, that, and the other, because, we know people, we've seen this happen. We've been, we've wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it would just be so great to just drop the leash. A few times in the park near our home, we have been able to. But, you do what we're grown-ups.
Right.
And grown-ups should know when and when not to.
Absolutely.
And not feel like it's their right to say, fuck it.
Right.
And a lot of today that's going on is fuck the rules. Do you. Do you. Regardless of what the thing is, do you. Do you, liberty, whatever. If anybody have anything to say about it, they fucking with you. And once again, in that game, there are victims. Now, put that right beside the other shit. So with this video, this guy, if he didn't record this dude would probably be locked up, if not seriously harmed right now.
Yeah. He could have been, absolutely.
If you close your eyes and you just listen to this, you're not watching a videotape. You have no context, no nothing.
Right.
This is probably scary as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the
Oh my
911 operator, if it was her first day, or what if it was just a cop hearing it, walking by, he hear this. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking this bitch is being raped.
Well, and it's that's a very true fact. This is Central Park, which there are parts of Central Park where people have been raped and victimized in other ways. So a call like this is very distressing to get through a 911 operator. Of course, you're going to assume that it's another one of those. You know what I mean? Of course,
And-
it was. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish. Finish your point, because actually, no, go ahead. Finish your point.
It absolutely was. I mean, I think, and this is where you cross that line, taking advantage of past events.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Not just, but exploiting them as well.
And on top of that, there is precedence for cases being found guilty one way or another based off the 911 call.
Yeah.
Here, look at her voice. Listen to her voice.
She's distressed.
This is a woman that's in distress. This is a woman that's in danger. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What if this woman, he didn't record this. This woman didn't go home. Maybe she went and saw her lover. Her lover beats her ass. And now, boom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There was just recently an article of this lady who she killed her son. Her son had autism. And what she did, and she's Hispanic, I believe, but she calls herself a white Hispanic. So what she did was
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Someone might even think you're a white Hispanic. You know what I'm saying?
I'm white skinned for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not light skinned. I am
you're
white skinned.
But you're different because
I'm the other white
you're of
meat.
European. Yeah, you're of European descent. Whereas I think she's not, but she's white skinned.
She's white skinned,
and
but she's
just,
probably Hispanic.
Yeah, and she's just like preferring to say I'm that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And associate with that.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
But yeah. But as far as her kid goes, what she did was she took her kid and she pushed her kid into a river or a lake or something like that.
Oh.
Literally did it. Neighbors heard it, came in and saved the kid.
Oh my gosh.
An hour later, she takes the kid down a few miles down the road or whatever and does it again.
What?
This time, there's nobody there to save the kid. When the kid washes up, he's wearing a fucking Captain America shirt. She told the cops that her car was abducted. They came, 2 black men. There's always 2 black men. There's a history of 2 black men
taking people's cars with
taking
kids in
people's
them.
cars and taking people's kids.
Yeah.
2 black men love to take people's. The story of black men is that black men don't even take care of their own fucking kids.
But they don't take somebody else's.
But they love to fucking take a white woman's car and her kids. They never raped the white woman.
They left the woman alone.
They leave the woman alone.
But they took her screaming ass kids.
They take her screaming ass kids and they take her fucking cell phone. And there's usually something wrong with her fucking kids, or her kids usually fucking annoying as fuck. There's kids that yo, if those 2 black men, yeah, they probably would fuck with that white woman, but they ain't fucking with those kids.
Hell no.
They drinking those kids sippy juices.
And they're eating their
banging,
snacks.
Yeah, eating their snacks, banging their mom, and then they getting the fuck out of there. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's always 2 black men. So anyway, that's what she said. 2 black men took her phone, her car, and her son, because she didn't have drugs that's what they wanted. Nobody run up on you and say, "Give me drugs, bitch."
No. Just out of the blue like that?
It's easier to rob you for money
Yeah.
and then go buy your drugs
Then assume
Then
that
to-
everybody has drugs on them.
than to run up on you for drugs.
Exactly.
And because you don't have drugs, now I'm going to take your
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 kid.
car, and your kid. What the fuck am I going to do with either of these in my attempt to get drugs?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So right there, all the stereotypes and everything are just coming to is boiling.
Yeah.
And is boiling over to the point where she's taught to believe that this story has enough ingredients to be believable.
Absolutely.
2 black men, check.
Yep.
Wanted drugs, check.
Yep.
So if you ever encounter 2 black men, they probably want drugs, so you're entitled to do something.
Yep.
Or feel a certain way. It happened in the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at this dude. A black man running. Oh, let's go. We have the right to haul him down and force him to stop.
Yeah.
And whatnot. We have the right to be tired of people coming to our neighborhood and stealing and you know it's black. You know, if anybody's doing it, you know it gotta be a black guy. Look, we see him running. We see him running now.
He must have done something. He's running. He must have done something. Mhm.
Where nothing about that has anything to do with reality. The reality is there's nothing in that house that says that he couldn't be there. There's nothing. There's nothing there that says nobody could be there. Now, if he went in there and he picked up something, put it in his pocket and ran out, different story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of quoting this dude here. Some of this stuff isn't my own words.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely don't want to. His name is Colin. Colion. Colion.
That's different.
Nor. It's on Facebook.
Okay.
He breaks this down. He's kind of a Second Amendment dude.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I haven't followed him, so I don't know if he's somebody that I would like follow on a regular,
Okay.
or if I would disagree with.
But
But-
he's the comment that you saw.
But this video here, he breaks this shit down. Awesome. And I was going to clip it up and play it and everything, but I didn't want to. I just didn't want to just be a show of us watching stuff. I wanted to be
Yeah.
a show of us talking about things.
Yeah.
So, but what he does is he says that, look, the dude didn't do anything. If he deserved to be stopped, then everybody that went in that house deserved to be stopped. He didn't really say that, but I'm throwing that in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to say that he couldn't go in there. There's nothing to say that they had the right to protect it. There was none of that.
Right.
As far as the citizen's arrest, there's so much shit that needs to be met in order for them to do a citizen's arrest that wasn't really necessarily based on the evidence that we have now.
Right.
Wasn't really met. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you can't just say, oh, I think he did a crime, let me go and
Yeah.
arrest him. No, you have to have knowledge of the crime. You have to either seen the crime or be aware of the crime,
Right.
immediate direct awareness of the crime. Like maybe, for example, black guy runs by, white lady is running after him. He just stole my purse. Okay, cool. Let me go and stop this guy. And because if I don't stop him, then he might go and fuck around and kill Uncle Ben. It's my Spider-Man joint. But let me just
That's
say-
your reference.
yeah. But that's an example of being aware of a crime. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you saw him snatch the purse and haul ass. So now, okay, boom. And in the last episode, I kind of brought up that I thought that whole citizen arrest thing went back to like slavery or old days, and not necessarily. Actually, it's from 2010
Really?
in its current form. More research is needed
Okay.
as to the origin. But in its current form, it was mainly so that retail places could act against shoplifters.
Oh, okay.
You know, for example, I don't remember where it happened, but you remember that situation in Best Buy where homeboy was running out with the TV
Yeah.
and homegirl went in, boost him up. Or just recently, they weren't even stealing shit. They just purchased the TV.
Yes.
The
yeah.
the mom and the son,
mhm.
and they just straight grabbed them and slammed the kid on the floor, yo.
It's crazy shit, man.
Like they just purchased the TV, yo, and so now we in a place where now stores, they ain't paying you no extra money to do these things.
I know.
Where stores have convinced their employees that you need to put yourself in bodily harm.
Yeah.
And I know I'm getting off a little bit on
But-
things, but it's all
It's a valid point.
it's all in the mix of what's going on here.
Right.
It's like, once again, in the last show, we were talking about how, no, we're not in a place where you get to decide what's best for you and when you get to go to work and when you just, no, your employer decides. So, and if it wasn't for these stimulus checks and extension of unemployment, a little bit of empathy, more people would be fucked.
Yeah.
So, with that said, but getting back to this video. So, homegirl is already established in society that you have the right, you have the support to be this way. To say, hey, something is wrong with this guy. And something's wrong with him because he's black. She says that there was something about he offered some dog treats or something like that.
I did do some after I saw this on the news. I did do some further reading into it, and he carries dog treats with him because apparently this is not unusual. This area of Central Park called the Ramble is very high in vegetation and shrubbery, so that attracts a lot of birds. So there's a lot of bird watchers that go there. You know, there's a whole member thing about it. You know, a whole society that that shares this interest there. And apparently a lot of people let their dogs loose in some of the open areas there because some of the other there is a place on the other side of the park, but apparently it's been closed. So he carries dog treats with him. So in there are times where he doesn't want to engage with the owner, and if he gives that dog a treat, the owner is more likely to not like that and pull their dog back on a leash and walk away with them. So that's why he said he had the treats.
Or he has treats because it could easily be he sees dogs and he loves to give dogs treats. He could have the treats for.
According to his statement, he said he does it for that reason.
But cool. He has treats because he doesn't want to be fucked with. Great.
Right.
But whatever the reason, he could have said he has treats. He has treats. Her whole thing was she didn't know what was in the treats and she felt it was a threat. So
It's a cop out. Yeah.
now there was at no point did we see in the video or did she say that he was trying to force his treats upon her. In fact, in the video, the treats aren't even an issue.
No, they
What's-
didn't capture that
what
part.
the issue is the fact that he's recording her. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So now we are at another place where, just getting it back to Ahmaud Arbery, it's, nigga, comply. Comply with what I say, or I am going to have force. I'm going to have to force you to do so. I'm either going to force you by cops, or if I'm happen to be two hickey motherfuckers with weapons and you don't have one, then I'm going to force you with these.
Yep.
And they searched him after they shot him. I don't know if you actually saw the whole video of him, but after that third shot, he kind of walks off, he stumbles, and he falls. We're talking about Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
The dude kind of walks off from him. It's not like oh shit, let me go check on him. Nah. After that, they just go check him and see if he got a gun. They probably were hoping like hell that he had a gun. Just like she probably was hoping like hell that the cops would have showed up and this guy would have had something.
Yep.
Other than fucking treats.
Yeah.
Because she know damn well that she didn't want no cops to show up, and this dude got, all he has is treats.
There was no threat.
So anyway, so when the video starts, she wants him to comply. He doesn't comply. Done. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the cops and I'm going to tell them an African American is bothering me. I'm not going to tell them a guy is bothering me. I'm going to tell them an African American is bothering me, because you know what that means. There are cues in this shit all over the place.
Oh yeah. This is an abuse.
So-
a total abuse.
So once again, let's talk about history. Let's talk about history of men in general being found guilty, sometimes because the call was all they had and they did the crime, but it was used to find them guilty. There were times where the call was just used as evidence and it wasn't. They wasn't really guilty. I'm sure people have been framed over shit like that.
Right.
But there's also a history of Central Park. Central Park has a history of not only rapes, but Central Park also have a history of black men being accused of rape
Yep.
and spending a lot of time in jail or prison because of a rape that supposedly took place at Central Park.
Right.
Central Park has a lot of people been murdered at Central Park.
Yeah, they have the Central Park 5.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's tons of shit that goes down at
Yeah.
Central Park. But nobody thinks of Central Park and think that some stockbroker is going to rape you at Central Park. But you know what? It could be stockbroker
could be.
out jogging like a motherfucker.
many haven't been caught. I mean,
Anybody who
yeah,
has seen American Psycho
Yep.
know that a stockbroker can kill a motherfucker.
that's right. In the worst of ways.
But if you think about Central Park and somebody fucking with you, it's probably some black dude. I don't even know what this dude that was recording you looks like. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But we know some guys that had it been them, think about it if it was live.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shit. Live, man. And cops rolled up and she's oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I mean, she turned it up on that phone.
So Central Park also has a history of that. You know what I mean? And so we have to get at, what are you trying to do, shawty? What are you trying to do? What is in your programming? You remember last week I said the N-word. Nigga. It's so programmed into me. There's good, there's bad. There's been more good associated with that word than there's been bad in my life. But my adjacent niggas have had more bad associated with them in their
Right.
life. My family members might have had more bad. My grandmother has
Yeah.
had more bad
Oh, yeah.
associated. She's never had any good associated with nigga, but she has tons of nigger thrown at her.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that there's something that there's is programmed into us a certain way that there's a little bit of acceptance, there's a little bit of vice to it, there's a little bit of empowerment to it, there's a little bit of acknowledgement to it. yeah, maybe I am a little bit of a nigga. You know, um, I don't know if there's any self hate as far as that goes because as far as I go, I don't know. I got too much of an ego boost going the other way. But I can see other people,
Right.
you know. Then there has to be something programmed in this woman to feel that's a button. It's a hot spot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an ace. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been
This woman, I can tell you right now, from
mhm,
that woman in her real life is a racist.
exactly.
That woman in her real life is a racist. There's no denying it. By watching that video, I don't give a shit if the excuses that she used, none of that is any good. You are a racist if you think you can pull that card.
She's been fired from a job.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
should
she
be.
sure was.
And you know what? Let me play it first before I even bring up the dog.
Oh my gosh, that poor dog.
And the funny thing is that, and it goes the other way too. All those little racist bitches and dudes that go the other way and want to be violent. Like we seen the video where they now want to get in that person's face.
Yeah.
I said, stop recording me, motherfucker.
Oh,
You want
yeah.
to record me, motherfucker?
Those are
white
the most
and
violent
and I'm the best,
ones.
and I'm the best. They want to do that because now they want that person now to engage with
Yeah.
them physically. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't looking for this guy to engage with her at all. She was just looking to get this motherfucker to comply with whatever it is that she wanted. And since he wasn't going to comply, he was willing to go however far it was. She was going to have to get crazier and weirder and weirder and weirder. And her only vice was, we're about to watch it now.
That makes me sick.
Please stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the
You
cops.
see how she's breathing too?
There's an African American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Look at that poor dog.
You're threatening that dog's life. Like,
She's gonna kill that dog.
look at him. His front paws aren't even on the floor, on the ground.
I know. That poor dog. He's trying to get away because he can't breathe.
Yeah, he can't breathe. She's choking the shit out of that
I'm
dog.
sorry, I'm in a ramble, and there's a man, African American, he has a bicycle helmet. He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
Look at the dog. His tongue is out
Like
his
you're
mouth.
threatening your dog. You're strangling his ass.
Look at he's spinning around.
Poor thing.
Threatening myself and my dog.
Look, now he's down. Look, now he's
No,
like,
he's crying because he's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
I mean, just the way she's sounding.
Ramble, I don't know.
Thank you.
thank you. All
That's
he
all he
wanted.
wanted,
That's
yeah.
all he wanted was the leash.
Yep.
That's all he wanted.
He had been asking her from the beginning, lady, you need to leash your dog. There's a sign right there.
Yeah, that's all he wanted was the leash.
And you know, and he went on and Time Out magazine had reported because they were able to get his statement, and he was saying that this happens very often, and this area, like, people plant stuff there, and these dogs trample all over everything, and they pee all over everything, and he just,
As dogs would.
yeah, he was just telling the lady, listen, lady, you can't let your dog loose here. Please leash your dog. That's all he was asking. He was there taking pictures of birds. That's what he does at 7 a.m. at the Ramble.
And she's trying to get this dude murdered.
And because he pulled her card that she was doing something she's not supposed to do. And I guess she don't like being told by a black man
Nope.
what she can and cannot do, regardless if it's the law.
You can't tell me, black man. I supposed to tell you.
Exactly. Then she decides to pull that card. Oh, I'm a white woman. She's probably she probably lives in one of these fancy apartments and shit, and she thinks she can get away with this. And it's an abuse and a disgrace.
And for this video,
that woman's a pure racist
this
in her
video
personal
is
life.
a minute and 10 seconds long. I stopped it at a minute and 8. That is about a second after he said thank you, which is about a second after she actually snapped the leash on.
Yep.
So she slapped the leash on at a minute and 6 seconds. Is she?
Yeah.
Now, the whole time the first 20 seconds of the video, she's in his face.
Yes, and she comes walking to him,
Yeah.
and he tells her, "Please don't come close."
Yeah, she walks. In fact, she starts where she's kind of like at where she is now, and then she walks. She grabs the dog by the leash, twists the dog leash so that she can control the dog. Drags the dog over to him, telling him
By
not
the collar, not the leash.
Yeah, sorry, by the collar. The leash is in her hand, actually.
Yeah.
To tell him not to record her and to put her hand up to try to, I don't know, either block him recording or whatever.
Yeah.
distance.
She was trying to cover that.
Cover
shit.
it up. He steps back a little bit. Look, don't come near me, blah, blah, blah. She knows that's a losing thing. So now, all right, so I'm going to pull out my phone. And now I'm going to call the cops. So it's one of those things, we've seen them in videos before. Oh, you're going to record me? Then fine, I'm going to pull out my phone. I'm going to record you.
Yeah.
Great, record me, but you're the one that's doing the ignorant shit. So
Absolutely, and she did one even worse because she tried intimidation on him by saying, "And I'm going to tell him there's an African American male threatening me."
Exactly.
You know the way
The way she said it.
audacity of
She
the way
wasn't-
she said that.
She wasn't scared at all. But here's the funny thing. So now the dog is doing what the dog is doing.
Oh my gosh, this is killing me to watch this
She's
dog.
dragging-
Can't take my eyes off of
She's
it.
choking the fuck out of the dog, right? Oh, and by the way, the dog was...
She was turned in.
Yeah, she turned the dog in, but look, there was pressure to do that.
Oh, I completely agree.
There's pressure to do that.
I completely agree.
Like, lady, you just choked your dog out for the world to see while you're trying to get a
That
black
dog
man killed.
yelped because
That
it couldn't breathe.
Exactly. Like, we just
Dogs
saw...
don't yelp for no damn reason.
We just saw a video of fucking people being choked out by cops.
Yeah, and
You know
you
what I'm
saw
saying?
him. He wasn't even trying to tell her, "Yo, you're hurting your dog."
Yeah.
He just wanted her to put the leash on.
He just
She
wanted to
did
put the leash-
everything else. She took it way too far, and she's being
Had
way
you put
too
the leash
extra
on,
and
you
disrespectful.
wouldn't have had to choke out your dog.
Exactly.
There's no fucking empathy in his life. People and she wanted to treat him the same way she wanted to treat her dog.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Black men are being fucking treated like fucking dogs. We just saw on the news today another dude choked out by the cops
Oh my gosh, that was so
in front of people.
hard to watch. I couldn't believe that.
That couldn't do anything. Once again, you can't do anything. You but sit there and watch dudes kill a motherfucker.
Oh
right
my
in front of you.
gosh, that dude that video they played, the dude literally dies in that video.
Yeah, and you know, so but right now, hey, I don't want to hear what anybody has to say in terms of defense for the cops, because nobody don't give a fuck about right now. They all in the cops' face, jumping in the cops' face like, "Get out of my face, cop! Liberty! I ain't social distancing. I'm coming outside. Get out of my face!" So you can't be fucking shitting on the cops last week because you want to go outside and get a haircut. And then today, kind of like, I support the cops because they're killing niggas. You got to choose one or the other.
Yep. Exactly.
But the point that I was going to get at is, let's see if this is even it.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Okay. So she's going to pull out her phone, right? And after she's like, I'm going to tell them there's an African American threatening me. And he's like, okay, do whatever you want. But she wants to be polite. So, you know, I'm just going to step over here for a second. She says, excuse me.
I didn't catch that.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
I'm
me.
taking pictures and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man
Look at that
threatening my
dog.
life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Pardon me.
Pardon me?
I just need a second.
I just need a second to set up your lynching. Fucking bitch.
And that's what I'm saying, bro.
And I like, my stomach is turning watching this dog. It's very hard for me to watch this video.
I mean, even her dog is like, come on, lady, chill.
You could, if you look at the dog's face, he looks like he's being tortured. It's just awful.
I mean, had she not, like I said,
She is unsafe to people and humans.
had he not recorded this, homeboy
It could have gone very different.
would be really, 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 really screwed. right now.
Absolutely. He would have been another one.
And so, so I'm glad things worked out for this dude. As far as this lady, look, I really don't care if she got fired or not. I wasn't looking for her to lose her job, or I'm not looking for any of them to lose their jobs. If people don't want to hire them or have them associated with their company, then that's on them.
Then that's on them,
She
yeah.
wouldn't work for mine,
Hell no.
for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying?
I would have been able to read that way before I got that far.
And even if I didn't, not today, not tomorrow, not 10 years from now, regardless of where we at in life, we can be fucking Amazon levels or or a tenth of Amazon levels.
Yeah.
Which is still fucking awesome.
Absolutely. I'll take a 10th. I'm not that great.
Either way, someone like that, if it's ever exposed, will probably leave my organization. Mm-hmm. So, it just is what it is.
Shame.
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 What's up, folks? It's your boy TMC. And just do me a favor. Just close your eyes and listen to a murder.
Her footage shows that despite calls for medical help, Chauvin keeps Floyd pinned down for another 7 minutes. We can't see whether Koenig and Lane are still applying pressure.
What do you want? I can't breathe. Please, the knee in my dick. I can't breathe shit.
Bro, get up, get in the car, man.
I will.
Get up, get in the car.
I can't move.
I've been waiting the whole time, man. Get up, get in the car.
Mama.
Get up and get in the car right.
I can't.
Lloyd can be heard telling officers that he can't breathe at least 16 times in less than 5 minutes.
I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe.
But Chauvin never takes his knee off of Floyd, even as his eyes close and he appears to go unconscious.
Look at him. Get off of him now. What is wrong?
Thanks for watching, and to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, because we appreciate your support. Alright? Peace.